Hello children, it's lovely to see you all again. So this week I have come to talk to you about mindfulness, and I have Rowan, Theo and Bethea with me to help as well on this one. Mindfulness is something that can often be a bit misunderstood. People might think that it's all about sitting still or being quiet, and actually we'd like to talk a bit more about how we use it and what the children understand by it. But first of all, mindfulness is about learning to have choice about where you put your focus. So, what I mean about that is sometimes if we're sad or we're worried, our thoughts either go into the past and we're thinking about things that have happened or things that we're not happy with, or they might go into the future. We might be worried about what might happen and what could happen in the future. And in both cases, there's nothing really very much that we can do about things, and it affects our mood. So, mindfulness is about building our understanding of where our thoughts go and then having choice as to whether we pay attention to those thoughts and focus on them or whether we bring our attention back into the present moment. And there's loads and loads of ways of doing that. It's also about learning more about ourselves. So, learning about how our mind thinks, the kind of stories it tells us, how helpful or not they are to us. And it's also about learning how emotions feel in the body. So, if I'm anxious, I know that actually I get a knot in my stomach, my heart rate increases, and I feel a bit sick. But that will be different for other people. And that's okay. But the important thing is learning to recognise in it ourselves so that we can then do things to help look after ourselves and help lift our moods up. So, now that we've spoken a bit about that, Rowan is going to come and talk to you about how he uses mindfulness.
Hello. So what my mum's been talking about is mindfulness and how it like it's not like sit here going no, it's not like staying still. You see this? Yeah? It's moving around and when you look at it you concentrate those bubbles going up and down and that's what you like concentrate on. That's mindfulness. Cricket, bowling, batting, that's mindfulness. You're focusing, getting runs, getting them out. Running, you're focusing on winning. So like I said, it's not going hum. It's like, so if you were like whatever hobby you does, horse riding, art, sewing, I don't know. So like choose it, think about it. You don't think about anything else except for getting into that rhythm, just doing it, practicing. So for me with cricket and running, so I'm going to start with running first. Like I said before, I focus on like winning, beating everyone else, don't think about anything, just like focusing on running or not like losing. That stuff. I don't think about that as that would happen. With cricket, let's say I was like bowling the final over, yeah, I wouldn't be thinking how would I like let them have the runs? No, I wouldn't be thinking that. I'd be letting them how to take away the runs, getting them out. Wouldn't be thinking about anything like what happened at school, what I'm gonna have for dinner, like sleepover. You don't think about that. You focus what you're doing at that exact time. So like with horse riding, sewing, I don't know, swimming, anything. Just focus it. Don't think about anything else. Well, you could, but make sure would help you with it. Now I'm going to pass over to Theo, and he's going to tell you about what he's going to do, and he's going to talk you about what he thinks about it. Goodbye.
So, for cycling, I'm concentrating on the velodrome and normal cycling because if you're not paying attention, you can go like boom and smash into each other. And in football, you need to pay attention where the posts are so you don't go running into them.
Hello.
Why don't you tell everyone about your sewing?
I like sewing a lot because it's really entertaining for me. And I do sewing for mindfulness.
And so how do you take your attention into the present, Bethia?
I go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, because it's really important that you get it right, because you would make mistakes if you didn't.
And what happens when you don't concentrate and you don't say up, down to yourself?
I go wrong.
Yes.
There's one particular sport which I really love, horse riding. I do horse riding to be mindfulness, and horse riding really makes me think of my favourite horse, Freddie.
And when you're sat on Freddie, what are you noticing about him?
He's so cuddly and furry.
And when you're on Freddie, if you're not in tune with him, if you're not noticing what he does, sometimes he doesn't behave very well, does he?
And he's once hurt my hands.
So you do need to focus on what's happening, don't you?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Bethia. So as you can see from the 3 children, just a minute, Bethia, there's lots of different ways of being mindful. It really isn't just sitting still. So what Bethia is just about to show you, I'm just going to help her so we don't get bubbles all over the computer. One of the really nice ways of being mindful is to blow bubbles and notice, well, maybe Bethia can tell you what she notices as she blows the bubbles. What can you notice with the bubbles, Bethia?
They float and they're really peaceful.
And what about their colours? Are they different colours or the same colours, the bubbles?
Same, but
well, have a look carefully. They don't look like they're all the same size and colours, do they? No. So it's a really nice way of noticing difference. No, we need to stop because it's going on Daddy's computer. And also notice it helps to regulate your breathing. So if you're feeling a bit stressed or upset, it's a really nice way to calm the breathing down.
And this is a windmills, which we really like to calm us down. I'm just going to show how it calms me down.
So again,
when I'm stressed,
you can see that Bethia is taking nice deep breaths, and then she'd be noticing how the breath's feeling inside her, but also the colours of the windmill as it spins round, and the sounds that it makes.
It's red and different colours. Like, well, this one, it's not the same colour as it.
No, so by noticing the different colours, Bethia can choose the one she likes. Now, the last thing that Bethia asked for us to do was to do a mindfulness exercise, which, yes, here, called cloudburst. And sometimes, like any of us, Bethia can get a bit cross. And this is a mindfulness that she really likes. So she's going to sit here and she's going to sit quietly while I read it. So sit quietly with your spine straight, so your back straight, your body relaxed, and take 3 soft, slow, mindful breaths. Now, imagine your grumpy mood as dark clouds around your head. We all have clouds sometimes. How many clouds can you see around your head at the moment, Bethia?
16.
16. So at the moment, Bethia's got quite a few grumpy clouds. So let's see if we can help Bethia to get rid of them.
Now I have 4.
Now think of something that usually makes you happy. What usually makes you happy?
Making cakes and riding Freddie.
So your happy thought is like a rainbow going through the clouds. Yeah, that's it. So can you imagine the rainbows coming through your clouds?
Here it is.
Yes, well, that could be like a rainbow going through the clouds. See the rainbow melting into you as ribbons of bright light. So imagine the bright light going in and calming you down.
There's no grumpy clouds.
Now there's no grumpy clouds. Sometimes the light bursts through the clouds and bursts the clouds open. Sometimes the clouds want to stay, and that's okay.
My clouds
we can be patient.
stayed.
No, today Bethea's clouds haven't started, but sometimes they do. And another brilliant thing to remember about mindfulness is it's not getting rid of the bad moods or the painful emotions. It's noticing them and just accepting them as they are as you learn more about yourself. So mindfulness doesn't mean that you're going to feel happy and calm and content. Sometimes you will, and sometimes you won't. And both are okay, aren't they, Bethea?
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Bethea, for helping to explain today. And in our next video, we're going to read this book, aren't
Why
we?
can't we read it today?
Well, we're going to read it in a minute. Mindful Me, ABC Mindful Me. So please tune in to our next video that we're just about to do to hear the story. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in just a moment in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.